Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we'll start the program in 5 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can we start the event?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. On this wonderful afternoon, I would like to welcome you all for this hands-on training on pattern searching. Today, amongst us, we have our resource person Kumuta ma'am, who will be enlightening on how to search for patent, and she will help us what all the procedures which has to be done. Ma'am, we are very happy to hear you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good afternoon to all. Mm, So today I'll be going on with the pattern searching, the hands-on training on pattern searching. So let me share my screen. I hope now my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So to be more specific in pattern searching, now I am going to have a talk related to pattern search for engineer. Okay. So actually there are two type of search. One is for a normal search, pattern search, and other is for the background from chemical or pharma or drug. So now I am focusing only with the pattern search related to the general thing. Okay. So I'm not involving in any of this chemical search. So let me start with an introduction and can you provide some details why we are going for a search? So as I have given in this slide, it is so why we need to search and how can we do the search? Suppose if we want to know something, okay, then we are looking for a search. And how can we do this searching? General thing, if suppose, as I have given two example over here, two pictures. So I want the participant to answer. So the first photograph, it was the example for searching a needle in a haystack. Okay, there is a haystack and you have to search a needle. And how can you do a search? I asked the organizer, I request the organizer to give permission for the participants to unmute themselves and to answer. So I repeat again. So in the first picture, you have to, the picture having the haystack, okay? And now you need to search a needle in this haystack. So how can you do it? Again, I repeat, I request the participant to unmute yourself and say your views.
Ma'am, just a minute. We are changing the settings
Okay,
so that
ma'am.
the participants will be able to unmute themselves and answer. Please
Okay,
give
ma'am.
us a minute, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Dear participants, your settings has been changed. You can interact with ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. So I repeat again. Here I have given a photograph for a picture just related to a haystack. Okay. So in this haystack, you need to search a needle. What procedure you will be following? Or how can you do this search? How can you do a search of needle? Searching a needle in a haystack?
Ma'am, you can even check the Q&A session. Participants are answering even in that.
Okay. Okay, I could see that Dr. Loganathan sir had given that as answer to be magnet. Okay. So with a magnet, you can search for a needle. And so that is to be a tool. So how you are searching, it was a tool. By checking one by one indicates. Okay. So magnet, it is a tool by which you can do your search. Okay. And for search, I mentioned that a reason should be there, a tool should be there, a place, time, and strategy should be followed. Okay. So the reason is that what you are going to search should be known. Okay. So now here the query is that you're going to search a needle. So the reason is mentioned that you are going to search a needle, and place is also given in a haystack. Okay. So which haystack has to be? So it should be more in particular. Which haystack you have to search. Since in this picture you could see 4 haystack are there. Okay. So approximately 4 haystack are there. And you need to search in which haystack it might be. Okay. So exact place, if it was in more particular, then it is easy for you to search, or else then you have to search a whole way long. Okay. So place seems to be a more important parameter for searching. And tools, of course, it is one of the most important parameter to search how you are searching according to the different criteria you are choosing. And then the time you have to choose. Okay. And time, of course, it was not more important in the other type of searching, but still it is more important in pattern searching. And the strategy, how you are following, what strategy you are following to search, do your search. Okay, it is similar to like you are giving an idea that it is with the help of a magnet. So with the help of a magnet, you can identify the case needle in a haystack. Okay, second picture I have given that some person is missing, and how can you do a search? So how can you find a missing person?
Participants kindly be proactive and make utmost use of the session.
Yes, using an advertisement, it was one of the strategy you are following for searching a person. Okay. Social media. Okay. By giving an advertisement either in the newspaper or in the social media. Okay. That is the way of strategy. Okay. Then, so you can also provide some, so how you give your advertisement about this person? How you will be advertised?
Through picture.
Through picture. Okay. Suppose if you didn't have his photograph. Okay.
By saying identification marks.
By saying identification marks. And then you will be
Physical
using
characteristics. What is the shirt that the person last he owned? What is the color of the shirt? And how he looks like that.
Okay.
Appearance. Name. Age group.
Okay. So if you know this reason why you are searching, okay, so it differs. It differs so from case to case. So if you are searching a needle, that case you are having different keywords. But if you want to search a person, like different keywords you are using it. Similarly, here also in pattern also you will be using the same thing. Okay, so I will be giving more details in that. Initially, if a person seems to be missing, what you will be doing? You are inquiring like friends to friends, relatives. You are looking nearby, certainly. So you will be looking nearby around you, your house or your street area or in your locality. So first you will be doing an internal search. Okay. And then you will be asking to some other relatives also, whether to your friends, whether that person has come to your friend home or to a relative home. So you will be inquiring whether they will be going there or not. Okay. So it is now the place seems to be extending from local to the other areas. Okay. Maybe to your nearby city also, as there might be a chance they might be going there also. Okay, so you will be searching a place not only in the locality where you are being located, it is also be searched, they can be also be searched outside your locality also in these cases. But you cannot search a needle outside the haystack. Okay, so you know that needle has been lost only in the haystack region, and then you will be looking for a search only in that haystack. So it is unnecessary to search a needle suppose in a seashore area apart from the place where you have lost it. Okay, so but when it goes to an other situation like a missing person, then it is better to search in that particular place and also to the other places also. Okay, it depends on what you are searching. Okay, so initially in that needle case, depending upon the application and what you are searching, the recent tools, other things may vary. Okay, but for a person search, for a missing person search, you will be looking for your locality, and also you will be looking for other locality. So place is also seems to be more important, and time is also seems to be more important. Okay, so you cannot search all the way. So though you will be searching, but you cannot do your search or you cannot do a missing person search for a whole year. Okay, so you will be giving advertisement and then you will be waiting for other reply, or you will be giving a complaint to the police station and you will be waiting it. So 1 or 2 days you will search, or maximum 1 month you can search it. You cannot do as a whole year. Okay. So after leaving all your jobs, you may not be able to search for a whole year. So in that cases, you will be giving an advertisement, or you will be giving a police complaint. By that way, it is the missing person can be identified. So time also plays an important role. Suppose if you are searching a needle, okay, in this hairstyle, so you will be searching for 1 hour or 2 hours. After that, you will be leaving it. Okay, you will not be searching after 1 year in the same hairstyle. So time seems to be an important parameter in certain cases. Okay? And strategy, what strategy you are following, and tools, what method you are following to search. So here you are using the magnetic way of searching. Okay, so you are using magnet as a tool. Okay, so the way of searching is that magnet. The process you are doing is that a magnet search, and then the tool for that is a magnet. But in the missing person, the strategy is that you can provide this photo, his or her photo, or you can provide their physical identification. Okay, or the more detail what you are having, it can also be provided. Okay, so that are the strategy you are giving according to the different scenarios. And the tools is also is that you can use the social media or advertisement, or you can do with your inquiring through your friends or relatives, or you can also go and search in places. Okay, so these are certain tools by which you can able to search. Yes, similarly for pattern searching also these same things will be following. Okay, so you have to have a certain reason why you are going for a search, and what strategy you are following, and for that strategy what are the tools you are utilizing, and where you have to search. Okay, and at what time you have to search it. So all these also suits for a pattern application. So, okay. So, but pattern searching, it is a continuous iterative learning process. I mentioned it as a continuous iterative learning process. It means that if you want to search it today, then after 1 year also you require to search it in order to make you to be updated. Okay, that's why it is a continuous search, and that search may also differ from day to day life as innovations are more arising out and more technology is emerging out. So more pattern application are being filed. So your search count will be differ from today even after 1 hour also. Okay, so it requires a continuous, it is said to be a continuous learning process, and you have to do it in a continuous way. So why we are going for a pattern search? Next, I have given it as a need of pattern search. So why we go for a pattern search? To acquire knowledge. So we need to gain more knowledge, more technically, more importance. Then you will be going for a searching. Okay. If you want to learn more thing in a particular topic, then to increase your idea or knowledge, then you will be going for a pattern search. And again, for planning new business market trend. Okay. So actually all the IPR is just for a commercial way. Okay. For commercial thing. So it is a business oriented. So in order, if you want to start a new business, then you can go for a pattern search. Okay. So the reason is that suppose you want to keep a pen company, pen manufacturing company. You want to keep a pen manufacturing company. Okay. So you have an idea and you want to do your pattern search. Okay. So you want to file a patent, and before that, so you are checking whether the concept what you are having in your mind for pen design, whether that concept is already there or not. So you have to make a look into your patent search. Okay, so that you can extend, you can start your new business. Suppose if you were thought of doing your business with the pen manufacturing, and if that concept was already there in the market, okay, if that pen was already there, the concept what you are thinking is already there in the market, then what is the use of starting that business? So that manufacturing business, particularly for a pen. If you are doing that business, already a concept was there, and without getting permission from the original patented company, if you are doing a business by utilizing the same concept of manufacturing a pen, then it will be an infringement case against you. That's why we will be looking for a patent search while we are starting a new business, particularly with respect to your manufacturing unit, not in the service oriented, but in the manufacturing new product business. Then you will be looking for a patent search, whether the product was already there or not. Okay, and also it can helpful to extend an existing business. You are already have a business. Okay, you are already having a pen manufacturing company with you, and now you want to start a now you want to do a business to extend that. Apart from the pen, you want to do a business with, you want to do a manufacturing unit with a pen cap also. Then you will be again doing a pattern search, and whether you will be finding whether there is a pen cap already there in the market or not. If not, then you will be doing that business also. So for extending your existing business, then you can do your pattern search also along with the pen, in order to extend that pen business with to a pen cap. You are again doing a pattern search for an existing business also, yeah, in order to extend it further. And then to reduce the risk of infringement, so to identification of the legal issues, you will be going for a patent search. To reduce the risk of infringement is that suppose after starting a business, and if someone was infringing you and file a case against you, then it will be a total loss to you. That's why before starting a business, you will be doing a patent search in order to reduce the risk of infringement. Okay, so you will be identifying whether someone will be giving a sue case against you or not. So in order to avoid the risk of infringement, or in order to avoid certain legal issues, in order to identify these legal issues, you will be going for a patent search. And main thing is that R&D, okay? R&D purposes. If a scholar wants to, if a scholar wants to do his research, to start his research, then he can do with this pattern search also. Similarly, like a literature survey. Okay, so you are all people will be doing the literature survey before starting your PhD work. Okay. Similarly, pattern search can also be done, not only with the literature, but also a pattern search can also be done with the for a PhD starting also. So in order to start any R&D work, you can do with the pattern search, similar to a literature survey search. Okay? So that you can able to identify how the invention is different from your existing. Okay, how your progress can be, how your invention can be able to differentiate with respect to the existing one. how you can differentiate your idea from the existing one. So for that cases also, for R&D purpose also, the pattern search can be done. Okay. And then to protect or defend. Okay. Protect similar to the risk of infringement. To protect yourself also, you can do your search. And then to defend others also, you can do your search. Okay. So to protect means that is you have a product, and before doing starting a new business, you are going with a search, so that it gives you that you can confident of protecting. Okay. And then suppose if someone after our product launches into the market, if some other people, if third people want to defend, if, make a sue case against us as an infringement cases, then you have to fight against them. So for that purpose also, for defending also, patent search can be important. Okay, to protect as well, to protect yourself, and also if someone was filing a case against us, then in order to defend also, we need a patent search. And then for cross licensing, for cross licensing also, we need a patent search. Suppose again, I'm taking the simple example of pen manufacturing company. So you had a pen manufacturing company, and then you begin to start your business. Okay. Now you want to extend with the pen cap. Okay. But you are not ready to do that business by your own, but you want to have a pen cap, and you are not ready to do your business with pen cap. And you made a search, you find that already the pen cap, someone have the patent of the pen cap. Okay, then you will be going a cross licensing with them. Okay, cross licensing means that you will be having an agreement with them that you will be manufacturing pen, and their idea also you can collect it, and or else they can also manufacture the pen cap instead of for you. Okay, for your pen, they can also manufacture the pen cap, or you may collect the license from them and you can also manufacture the pen cap. Okay. So for cross licensing also, the patent search will be useful. So cross licensing is that you will able to identify who from whom you can license the some other additional parts if you required. Okay. So some other additional component if you required for your own manufacturing unit, then you will be looking for who have the patent and you can do the business with them. Okay. So in order to do that also, you can go with the patent searching. So it is entirely for a business oriented. So in order to start a new business, or in order to extend your business, or in order to have your cross licensing, then to avoid the infringement cases, you can have a patent search. And apart from that, as a research scholar or as a researcher, you can have a patent search also in order to acquire knowledge or to start your research work also. So for all these purpose, a patent search is important. What will be the outcome of a patent search? Okay, so you did all the patent searches. Okay, and then what is its outcome? After doing the patent search, what will be the outcome? You can start your business confidently so that others cannot infringe you. So come to your mind that this was your limitation, and already market position of the market level, and then you can do your business. So outcome of your normal patent search is that you will be gaining your knowledge technically, of course. You are gaining your technical knowledge, and then you are avoiding the infringement losses also after doing a patent search, and you are able to identify the competitor who are there in the market, okay, for your product. So who are the competitor for your product if you have this product in the market? So you can able to identify the competitor also, and then in order to face the legal enforcement, you can do this patent. It can be an outcome also. So legal enforcement can also be did. Suppose if you have an idea and you have the pattern in that one, and if someone was doing the business without your knowledge, so by doing that patent search, you will be finding that that company is there, okay, and that company is there for doing their business. In that manner also, you can do your enforcement against them also. Okay, so in order to have a legal protection, then you can your patent search will be useful. And then the status of the patent enforce can also be found out. Suppose as an example that in the pen case, you are manufacturing a pen, okay, but a pen cap is with someone else, and you want to have a cross licensing or to have a business deal with that pen cap person, okay, pen cap company, and you want to deal a business deal with that pen cap company, okay, and you are looking into their patent status, okay, whether it was in force or it goes to the public domain or not, whether that is in that patent is said to be abandoned. So whether it is in force means that is in function or not, whether they have paid the renewal fees or not. As you know that if the renewal fees was not paid within the certain duration, then your patent application will be said to be comes to the public domain. In that case, it doesn't require a company for to get your permission, okay, since it was not under your control. If it was not under your control, any third person can enter into it. So that gives the status of a pattern. So you have to identify whether the pattern is in force or not, okay. For that also pattern search will be more useful. If it was in force, then you required a permission. Suppose if it was not in force, okay, then it doesn't require you to get permission from them. Okay, as it was in the public domain, you can use it freely. It doesn't require you to get the permission from that patent holder. Okay, since the patent is not in force, okay, that's why in order to check the status of a patent, then the patent search is also important. Okay, here I have given a sample US document, okay, and what you can identify from here. What are the things you are identifying from this sample document? This is similar to a keyword or a tool. Now you have a reason why you are doing for a pattern search, okay? And next you have to find out what the tools and where you are seems to be searching. Okay, patent title, applicant name, okay, what else you are finding from this patent document, sample patent document? Patent title is here, wire-based metallization and swinging for solar cell. Applicant name was there. Patent number and accepted date. Okay, accepted date is the grant date. Okay, date of patent, grant date. Okay. Okay. And how these will be useful? The document is there with more parameters, and how these parameters are helpful for you. Remain unique. To remain unique in the sense, stand different from other patterns. Okay. So first thing is that you could able to identify from a document that it is a US patent. Okay. So it is a US patent. So it means that it is filed in US and it was granted in US. Okay. Then you have to search or look that whether that US patent is filed in India or not. If it was not filed in India, then you can start a business in India. Since I think you people have attended the first session like basics of IPR, then you could able to realize that patent are said to be a territorial base, that rights are said to be territorial rights. Okay, that is if it was filed in US, then it has its rights only in US. And if you want to do your business in India with that same concept, and if they haven't filed their rights in India, then you can start your business here also. Since they didn't have the rights in India, since they didn't have filed their application in India. Okay, here I can say that a Singapore company was there. Okay, this Singapore company had filed their patent in US and got their patent rights only in US. So they have their rights to do their business in US. Okay, but they didn't have their rights in India. Though they can do their business in India, but if someone was doing business in India, then they cannot able to infringe. Okay, suppose if I am doing a business, okay, if I want to manufacture the same thing as the same concept, what this application was doing, okay. And if I am doing the same manufacturing unit as this application, the Singapore company will not file an infringement case against me. That company didn't have the rights in India. Okay, they filed only their application in US. That's why they filed. They hold their rights in only in US. Since the IPR is said to be a territorial right, they filed it only in US. They didn't file it in India, so I can also do a business in India without their permission. Okay, but however, I couldn't file a patent application since it was not my own concept. But still, I can do a business. He cannot hold me. So by this identification of pattern, which country it was holding, then we can start the business also. And then the title was there. We can look for this title, and by that concept also, you can check what they are exactly doing by reading the abstract and the description of the part of this pattern application. You can able to identify what important concept there needs to be required to be protected. And the applicant was there. Applicant is that suppose they are doing some wire-based metallization and stringing for solar cell. Okay, and you have a business. You are also having a business in US. Okay, with the related to the solar cell, and you want to have a cross license with this applicant. Okay, in that case, this applicant name will be more helpful. So you can able to identify to whom you have to contact. So this applicant is holding the rights. Then you will be contacting this applicant in order to have a cross licensing with them. So that's why this applicant name is more important and it is identified in your patent application, every patent application, to whom the right is having, so that you can do your cross licensing also. And then the inventor is there. As a researcher, you can also communicate with the inventor whether how they are doing this, how they invent this concept of solar cells. Okay. So you can, in order to interact with that inventor, so their name is also there, and you can identify that they are from Canada. Okay. And then the assignee is there. Assignee is similar to the applicant. Suppose the assignee can also differ. Applicant is maybe this Maxion Solar Private Limited company of Singapore, but they can sell their license, or they can give their rights to some other assignee also, to other company for manufacturing. Okay. So in that case, assignee may be different, but here the assignee is similar to the applicant. Applicant is holding the right and assignee is similar. Okay. Sometimes it may differ also. Sometimes it may be differ in means that applicant have their rights and they have given their rights for 1 year to other company. In that case, they have assigned that company for their business. That's why it can be, the assignee can also be different. Okay. And then application number, you can see the application number. So from this, you can able to identify when it is filed. Okay. So you can see that it is 17/032975. Okay. This 17 indicates that it is filed in 2017. Okay. So this application has been filed in 2017 with the application number remaining terms are there. So again, it was given that the filing date to be September 25, 2020. It means that they have filed it in 17, okay, and they did some modification, and then certain procedure was there in order to extend that date. So finally, they come with a filing of 2020, which means that the priority date is 2017, okay, and then it was filed in 2020 also with certain modification. That's why, okay. And sometimes this number may also differ. So in India, we can see that you can see that in Indian application, it starts with the year of actually, generally, this application number of US will be differing. Okay, 17. It depends upon certain. It is not a year, but it is to be like a journal number, or in certain year they will be having 3 numbers. Okay, that's why it is said to be 17. In our application, in Indian application, you could see that application number starts with 2023, 410, this one. Okay. Then after that, a 6-digit will be there. So it indicates an application number. That application number itself seems that with it is filed. But here in US application, actually 17 is not a date of filing. Okay, it is their serial number of their journal. Okay. And you can see the filing date to be September 25, 2020. 2020 it was been filed, and prior publication date it was given. It was an application date, and this is a publication date. Publication date, normally it publishes after 18 months. As you know that in Indian application, it will be published automatically after 18 months from the filing date. So it is true for all the countries. Okay. Suppose if you want to publish earlier, then you can go with the yearly publication option also. And here you can see that they had the file their application in 2020, and within 18 months it was published. So they did with the early publication option. Okay. And then you can see that the provisional was filed in 2019. Okay. September 2019, they have filed a provisional application, and within 1 year they filed a complete application, and that seems to be a final date. Okay. 2019, they filed the application. September 27, they filed an application. And then within 1 year, they filed a complete specification, and more detail has been specified in complete. Okay. Though priority date seems to be 2019, but the filing dates, they have given it as 2020. Since they have given more new things in the complete specification. Okay. That's why it is said to be a final date to be a 2020. It seems to be a complete specification. And then you can see dates as here it is said to be an international classification. So I'll be in the forthcoming slide, I will be explaining you about this classification code. Okay. And then this international classification, and then this CPC. CPC, it was a okay, you have asked about this international classification and US classification. I will be explaining you in this forthcoming slide. So in international classification code, it is given in 51 serial, and then US classification code, it is given in 52 serial. So I will be giving you more details of this classification and its importance also, okay, after this slide. And then it is given as field of classification, that CPC. All these use the classifications, okay. And then references cited, references, it is the backward references, okay, what they have cited it earlier. So they adapted the same thing what was already there, okay. So as a reference, they have given it, it is a cited reference, and sometimes it might be a citing references also, it might be, okay. Citing references is that after this document, someone may be citing this document. So that is the future one, forward. This is cited. It is said to be a backward citation, and forward citation is also there. Forward citation is that keeping this application as a basic reference. If someone was filing after this 2021 as a reference, then that can be a citing reference. Okay, this is cited, that is citing. So word difference is there, cited and citing, that is forward and backward. Okay, so cited is said to be a backward references, And citing documents is said to be a forward references that can also be seen from a for a patent application. Okay. And then you can see that the foreign patent documents, whatever they have filed it. So initially, this also similar to these references only. Okay, the references cited only. One is with China patent and other with an European patent. And other publication, they have given that they have filed it in PCT. PCT is that actually this applicant is said to be a Singapore applicant. So initially they might be filing their application in Singapore government and then they filed it in US. Okay, that's why it comes through PCT. So that applicant is a Singapore people. Okay, that Singapore company have filed their application in Singapore and later they filed it in other country also in order to hold their business in the US. They have filed their application in US. That application is this one. Okay. So they have given that the previous application that it was filed in their country. Okay. So actually they have filed it in their country. That's why it is coming as a PCT. PCT, it is Patent Cooperation Treaty. If they want to file it in international countries, then there is an option that in India, there is an option that you can go with two options of international application. One is conventional application and other is PCT application. Conventional application is that you have to file it at the end of within 12 months, you have to file it in the conventional country. PCT application is that there is an option of 31 months after this 1 year completion. Okay. And you can able to choose which country to file it. In that cases, PCT is better. Okay. So through PCT, there are around 191 countries has been registered under PCT. India is also one of them. So if you want to file it in other country, but you are not in position to identify whether your product have a market in other country, which country to your product will have the market. So in order to find that strategy, which country, if you are filing, then that will be a profitable. So in that cases, there is an option of PCT. So hence the PCT application comes. So file it in India, then you can go with the other country through PCT option or a conventional option, convention process. So PCT means that you can select the country after that. It requires, actually it is having 31 months or 30 months as per the certain country duration. 30 or 31 months is there. In that duration, you can able to identify the other country where you can file an application. Okay. But in conventional country, you have to choose which country at the first instant itself. Okay, at the end of the 12th month itself. So that is the advantage of this PCT. So they filed it first in Singapore and then they go with the US country through PCT application. Hence the PCT number has been provided. And then the examiner detail and through whom they have filed everything it was given. And then the abstract. Then in the patent document, you can see the description part, also claims part, drawing part, other thing is also there. So I have just given the front page. So from the front page itself, you could identify all these details. And of course, you have mentioned the patent number and date of patent, granted date. Okay. In patent application, if you see this number B2, B2 is the for granted patent. Suppose A1 is said to be here. You can see that in the serial number 65, they have given that publication. A1 indicates for a publication and B2 indicates for a granted patent. A indicates for publication, B indicates for a granted. Okay. So these are the details you could find it from a general patent application. So I have given that dates was there. Okay, dates is going to be a priority date was there, application date was there, publication date you have seen, and then the grant date was also there. Okay, and origin, which country it has been there. So it now you can see that it is a PCT application. PCT application is that the country will origin of country origin is that Singapore. Okay. So Singapore country is there and now you find that they have filed it in US also. So that indicates the patent family. Patent family is that the same invention concept was there, but multiple times you are filing it in other countries. That comes under a patent family. Okay. So you can identify the origin, the country where it was filed, and then it now enters into the As in our example, it is a Singapore application, so they filed it in Singapore, and then they come to a US application also. So it gives a patent family. Okay? So origin also it was been mentioned. And then the names. Names, you can see that inventor name was there, applicant name was there, and then numbers. Numbers, application number is there, publication number is there, patent number is there, and then PCT number is also there. Okay. So PCT number also I have mentioned here, PCT bar, US 2020 bar. Then after that 6-digit will be there. So it indicates that PCT application has been filed under US government in 2020. Okay. So this gives the PCT number, application number, publication number, patent number, PCT number, publication number. And then a keyword. Keyword, you can take it from either from the title, abstract, complete description, claims, or drawings. Okay. So you can search with these keywords also. And apart from that, codes are there. So I have mentioned it as the International Patent Classification Code and CPC, Cooperative Patent Classification Code. So in the next slide, I will be giving you the details of this IPC and CPC code. So through these codes also you can do your searching. Okay. So these are the parameters by which you can do your search. Through date also you can search. Okay. So that you can get whether that market comes, whether your product will be competitive to that technology or not. Okay, through the dates you can be identify whether your technology is new or not, and through the origin also you can identify whether you have that market in that country or not, and then who are the inventor competitor in that field. Okay, and then the number where it was filing. Okay, so what the particularly this number through. If you have patent number, then you can do your search with that patent number also. And main thing is the keyword. What you are going to search can be given in terms of keyword. And then code sometimes is also useful. If you are able to identify, then the code will also be there. I'll be explaining more in detail about this code. Citation was there, backward and forward citation. So cited and citing document was there. So by that way, you can do a follow-up action of your application or of what of your interest. Okay. So citation gives you the follow-up action of your interest. Okay. And then the legal status, whether it was still available in force or it is said to be in abandoned or it is said to be in withdrawal. So all these status can also be checked by the in the patent application. Okay. So again, I have given this. You can find the dates over here. Okay. Dates I have given it in the oval shape, circle, oval shape, dotted oval. So you can see all these dates. So date of patent, and then the application date, filing date, publication date, grant date, and then if it was filed a provisional application, that provisional application date is also there. Origin, US patent application you can see, and from the applicant you can see that it is a Singapore application. Okay, and then the names, applicant name, inventor name is there. So there, number, you can see this patent number, application number, and then publication number, and then PCT application number also. And then the keyword, abstract from the title, you can take codes. IPC and CPC was there. You can take from this code 51, 52, and 58 indicates for the code. And citation, you can take it from these references. Okay, 56 references. The citation can also be taken. Okay, so these are the parameters you are having, and now you have to go with the search with these parameters. So there are more information in a patent application, and it is said to be disclosed in the website. So with all these parameters, you can also do your search. So you have given more parameters, so more option to search. And now you have to design what strategy you are going to follow. That is the important thing. Okay. So before going to that, we can see what is about this IPC code. Okay, IPC, International Patent Classification Code. So all the subjects are said to be in a particular domain. Okay, suppose if you are doing an electrical engineering subject, then it is of electrical. Or if it is a science background, then you can be defined again to be a physics or chemistry or mathematical science. Okay, if it was of a civil engineering, then also you can define whether in what civil branches it is, either a transportation or a waste environmental engineering or a structural engineering, okay, or CAD and mechanical also. So every branches have certain set of subdomains are there. Similarly, all the pattern will be classified according to this code. Okay. So all the countries are following the IPC code, International Pattern Classification Code. This was defined by WIPO, so World Intellectual Property Organization, and every country is also following the same. So this gives an identification of a particular subject area. So under CPC, there are around 8 categories. So 8 is for human necessities, and I will be giving you a demo how you can do this search also. Okay. They have given it 8 parameters. A parameter for human necessity, B for performing operation and transporting purposes. If your pattern is related to this topic, then your application will be classified under this category. Okay. Then C for chemistry, D for textile, E for fixed construction, and F for mechanical engineering, G physics, and H for electricity. So now you can go again back to this pattern document. You can see this, it is a International Pattern Classification Code. You can see this is a H01L. Okay. So they have identified that this particular application, this identification and classification will be did in the pattern office. Okay. Corresponding pattern office. So they will do the classification of your pattern application with respect to the area what you have given. Okay. So from the drafting part, they will identify which area, and accordingly they will classify. They will give you the classification code based on these 8 categories. So now here they have given in this example, in this sample document, they have given that it is of H01. Okay. H01L31/05. So I will be explaining what all these indicates. Now you can be able to identify that it comes under the major classification of H. Okay. Not only single two international code is also there. So that is this application falls both with these 2 categories. So I will be explaining further here. H indicates for electricity. You can see that the solar cell, the main concept deals with the electricity. That's why it falls under the H category. Okay. So sometimes it may fall either in H as well as in B also, you can see. Okay. So you can see that if it was a solar vehicle, then it can be used as a transportation also. So electricity is also there, and then transportation concept is also there. Okay. So in that cases, it have 2 codes. But here in this application, it was a single code with H, and you can see the format of this IPC code. So H01C, H10/02. So if it was given like this, then H indicates for a main section. We called it as a section, and 01 next to the digit is for classes. And then third parameter is said to be alpha numeric character, and it is said to be a class. Section, class, subsection will be there, and after the group and subgroup will be there. Okay. So this is more in detail we are classifying. So initially it was identified as based with the electricity. Okay, that's H has been assigned. And within that electricity, many classes are there. And one that class, it was identified to be for that particular invention was electric elements. Okay, solar cell, it is an electric element, comes under the category of class electric element. That's why it is given as classified under H01. Okay. And within that also, see, it is a resistor. Most of the concept, the claims will be related to the resistor oriented. That it is given in the subclass of C. Okay. And after that, group and subgroup as this there. Adjustable resistor and then liquid resistor. So group and subgroup are there. These are the details of this IPC code. So through the IPC code also you can identify which area you are going to search. Suppose if you want to go with a mechanical search, then you can go with the IPC code starting with F. Okay, it means that the more number of mechanical pattern will be there. Then you will be scrutinizing again with the help of this class, subclass, group, and subgroup. So I will be showing this in hands-on also. And then we can go with the CPC. CPC, it is a cooperative pattern classification code. Actually, this initially all the countries following the IPC. Okay. Initially not, still also they are also following the IPC. But in 2010, in October 2010, US Patent Office and the European Patent Office, they combined together and form a new code, that's CPC code. Okay. So even our applications, sometimes they might not be having the CPC code, but certainly they will have the IPC code. Every country will have following the IPC code. Some countries may be following the IPC code along with the CPC code. Okay, CPC, it is the combinational of USPTO and the European Patent Office. They combine together and then they given a special code. Okay, we can say that it is an extension of the IPC code. All things are similar, but except that they have added a new parameter like Y. Okay, so totally they have their 9 parameters. Initially we had 8 in IPC code, but CPC code will have as Y. Okay, why? As new technology was being emerges, that's why they have given a new classification as Y. New technology development will come under this Y category. Okay, let us again go back to the sample document and we can see what is the classification code. Since it is a US application, certainly there might be an IPC code as well as CPC code. So here they have given the CPC codes to be of H01 also. And then they have given the main category of H. And then along with that, they have given the category of Y also. You can see this Y is also there. Since the new technology was there, and according to the CPC, they have included that category also. Okay. Okay, so then we can see what is the legal status. Okay, what is the legal status? I think now you can get an idea of the names, the dates, okay, the origin, and then the code, IPC or CPC code, then the legal status. So in the legal status, you will be getting the information about a patent application. What the current legal status, whether it was in published or it is in awaiting stage, or under examination, that is, okay, or it is in order for grant. In order for grant is that before examination it is there. You are requesting for examination. In that cases, in order for grant will be there. Okay, so you have filed a complete specification and you submitted a request for examination. Then in Indian application, it indicates as in order for grant. Okay, so it is ready for grant, but still the process of examination is still there or not. Okay, so in order for grant means then you are putting your application for grant. That is, your application was complete, so you are putting it for grant. That is for publication, not publication, for examination to proceed further. Okay, if they are doing the examination, then the status will be changing as under examination. If they didn't do the examination, then it will still in order for grant only. Okay, then the status can be either granted or not granted. And after grant also, if you are paying the renewal fees every year, then it can be of enforced, ceased, or restored, or it can be an abandoned also. Enforced, if you are paying regularly the renewal fees, then it is said to be an enforced. Ceased means if you are not paying the renewal fees, then it will be your application will be, even if after granting also your application can go to a ceased state. Okay, and in the ceased state it will be of 1.5 years. Okay, date of ceasing is that whenever you didn't pay the renewal fees, it comes to the ceased state. Okay, in the ceased state, the application will be under the ceased state for 1.5 years. Okay, that is for 18 months, it will be in ceased state, and within that you have to pay the renewal fees. Okay, there is no fine, but still you have to pay the renewal fees with a proper justification of reason that why you haven't paid the renewal fees. Okay, and after cease, if within that particular duration, if you have restored it by paying the renewal fees, then it comes in the restoration stage. Okay, but suppose if you are not paid the renewal fees within that 18 months after the ceasing stage, during the ceasing stage, then your application is said to be comes to the public domain. Okay, so it will be out of force. That comes to the public domain and you didn't hold the right. In that cases, even if you are not holding the right and even if you are using the word as patented, then you may be able to be fined for around maximum of 10 lakhs. Okay, since you are not holding the right, it goes beyond your restoration period, so it goes to the public domain. You didn't have any right. Okay, even if someone was doing a business with your patent, then you are not eligible for filing an infringement case against them. Okay, since you are not paying the renewal fees and it goes to the public domain. Okay, And suppose after going to the public domain also, if you are using that, it was a patented one for you, it was your patent, then you will be charged as a fine of maximum 10 lakhs. Okay. So you shouldn't use the patent word as it is patent to you, since you are losing the rights. After losing the rights, if you are mentioning that it was a patented product of you, then you will be fined. Okay, you will be fined for maximum of 10 lakhs rupees. So that was a penalty given. If you are misusing the word as patented, although it goes to the public domain, still you are using the patented, then it will the patent office will impose the penalty against you. Okay. Okay, so these are the legal status you can able to identify, and also you can see the details of the license holders, if any. So after paying the renewal fees, and if suppose if that license was being given to other people, that is assignee, as in the case, the detail of the assignee can also be seen. Okay, by that way also you can identify who is manufacturing the product. Though the patent is with you, but you have given its license to a company, then you can identify from a patent application about that third party also. That's why working of patent has to be submitted every year along with the renewal fees. Okay, working of patent application has to be submitted along with the renewal fee. That indicates the legal status of a patent application. So next we can see what are the types of patent searching. Okay. So there are 4 different type of patent searching: novelty search, freedom to operate, FTO, validity or invalidity search, and landscaping, patent landscaping. Okay. Novelty search, other name is patentability search. You will be defining whether it was novel to or not. So many of the examiners and researchers will be doing here. Okay. Before writing or filing a patent application, every researcher needs to do the patentability search or novelty search. Okay, whether it was eligible for patent or not. And then the freedom to operate, it is also said to be FTO or clearance. This is mainly for a business magnet. So they will be looking after the claims. Mainly the claims will be seen. Okay, in the patentability search, mainly the description part will be looked out. And the freedom to operate, people will be looking at the claims part of the specification. Okay, claims part will indicate where up to which you can you have the freedom to operate. So business magnet will be looking after the claims. In order to avoid the risk infringement, people will be going for FTO search. Okay. So all these search strategy will be similar, but for what purpose you are doing? If it was a researcher, then you have to go with the patentability search. That is, searching procedure will be similar, but you will be looking the document of description part. Okay. Similarly, FTO search. Business magnet will be doing a FTO search. Searching will be similar. Okay. Method will be similar. Strategy will be similar, but they will be looking more detail in the claim part. Similarly, validity and invalidity, they will also looking for the description part. If the given pattern is valid or not. Okay. The competitor, if competitor is filing his case against us, then we have to prove our pattern is valid. So in that cases, we will be looking into the description part. Okay. So suppose if it for against the invalidity searching is also there. Okay. So if I am a patent holder and if someone was infringing me, then I have to show that my patent is valid. Okay. That indicates the validity search. Okay. And invalidity search is that if suppose I am filing a case into a third people. Okay. And in order to make his patent to be invalid, I am filing a case, then it is invalidity. Okay. I am filing an invalidity case against their patent. So, okay, in that cases, they have to prove it as a valid. And then next is the landscape. Landscape, it is just for a beginners. Okay, how long our technology was there and how market will be going. So with respect to a time period, it will be doing. Okay, so whether our technology is new, how long it will be new. Okay. That indicates a landscape, state of art. Okay. For beginners, it will be there. So even for researchers also, it can be did. So this can be helpful for the researcher also in the way that whether their concept will be new to the market or not, and how long it was already there in the market, and how can you make it to be new, and whether it have a market trend in the future or not. So that search can be did with the help of this landscape search, particularly with the help of years, okay, and validity, or that is the legal status of the pattern. This landscape search will be did. And then the steps involved in this pattern searching. So identify the subject matter, what you are going to search, okay, and the claims, and which country you are going to file application, okay, in which country you want a production. So in that cases, you have to file a search. You have to do a search with respect to the subject matter claim as well as the country where you could find a market, okay, and then identify the feature of the particular invention, okay. Main feature, what you are going to product and whether it was there already there or not. So you can identify the main feature of the invention. But then you can find the keyword of that particular invention, either the keyword like here we can say that as a solar cell, okay, solar cell, or else if you are if you are aware of this IPC or CPC code, then you can go with the code search also, okay. And then you develop a search strategy, how you can do it. So I'll be explaining the next slide that how you can do the search strategy, how you can frame a strategy for doing the pattern search. And then you will be identifying the relevant prior art. And then after analyzing the relevant prior art, you can narrow it. And then again, you can do your search process again. That's why I said that searching is a continuous iterative process. Initially, more number of pattern you will be getting. And after reading the documents, you will be scrutinizing. And then again, you will be doing a search again with that relevant pattern prior art. Then you will be analyzing what else you can be able to search. So searching is to be a iterative process. So pattern search strategy here, I have given it as 3 different strategy has been followed with the help of the keyword or IPC code. Okay. Wildcard search, and this is mainly for the truncation or plural form. Okay. Suppose so as a hands-on also I can provide it. Ampersand will be there. So ampersand is that has, sometimes it will be followed. So ampersand in US Patent Office, you have to use this ampersand. Suppose if I'm giving in the giving the word like solar cell, okay, sometimes the solar cells will be there. Yes, I am missing it. Okay, in that cases, you can use ampersand at the end. So solar cell, then you will be, if you are providing ampersand, then it cover all the pattern information with its solar cell as well as solar cells in plural form also, okay. And then, but in European Patent Office, it is to be a star, okay. Instead of ampersand, star will be used in European Patent Office. And then the question mark is that suppose if you are doing with a search, an example like a word, suppose if you want to search a word of organize, some people may put as ORGANIZE, or sometimes they put it as SE, okay. Sometimes they put it as SE or ZE. In that cases, you will be confused whether it is included or not. In that confusion, you can use this question mark. Okay, question mark is that either it can be yes or Z. Okay, whatever it might be. If you are not aware of yes or Z, then you can put a question mark in that particular letter. Okay, ORGANI question mark E indicates that whatever the word which was including ZE or SE, it will be included in your search. And then the has. Has is that suppose solar is there. It can be either a solar cell, or it can be a solar panel, or it can be a solar vehicle, or whatever it might be. So in that cases, you can put has. Okay. So ampersand and star is for truncation of either 1 or 2 letters. But if it was a whole word, then you can use your hash sign. Okay. And question mark is that for a single letter. Okay. Ampersand and star mark is for an US country as well as European country. And proximity operator near. Suppose you are going for a search that solar vehicle. Okay. Suppose you are looking for a solar vehicle. You are going for a search with solar vehicle. Some may have written as a solar vehicle, or some in application, some may have be written as a vehicle used with a solar panel. So vehicle is different, solar is different, but somehow the meaning is same. But these are separated with in between words. In that cases, you can give a proximity operator, that is near. Nearby 2 words or nearby 3 words. Okay, X can be anything. Or even if you are not aware of that, then simply put it as near. That is solar near vehicle. It indicates that even if it was not close to each other as solar vehicle, it can cover all the pattern which was related a vehicle which is powered by solar. So in between word is which is powered by. Okay, so that can also be included in your search if you are using the near proximity operator. Okay, and then you can go with the Boolean operator and or not is there. And for use for narrowing down your application, solar and vehicle. If you are using solar and vehicle, then it will cover all the patent document which was having that keyword as solar and vehicle. Okay. If you are using R, solar or vehicle, then it will be a broad search. Okay. It gives more number of patent to you. That is, if some application they may have only solar, and some application they may have vehicle, and some application they may have both solar as well as vehicle. If you are using solar or vehicle, then all these application will be clubbed and make to your display. Okay, that's why it is giving us broad one. Okay, application which was covered in all the words with solar, including solar or including the vehicle. Vehicle can be either it can be run with a fuel vehicle also will be included, not only as solar, fuel vehicle can also be included in that one. That's why count will be more and it is said to be a broad search. Not if you are excluding a irrelevant pattern, then you can express as a not. Suppose you can see that solar vehicle was there and you are looking only for a solar vehicle with car. Okay, for solar vehicle, you are not looking for an auto vehicle. Okay, in that cases, you can mention it as solar vehicle and car, or else you can mention it solar vehicle, not an auto. Not an auto means you are not looking for an auto, but you can look for a solar vehicle with a car solar vehicle, or with a lorry solar vehicle also. Okay, you are excluding the word of auto over here since your interest is not of auto manufacturing. That's why you are looking that not auto. In that's why this Boolean operator has been helpful in searching operation. And also you can do a combinational search also, including the while character, proximity, Boolean, all these operator can also be combined so that to have a combinational search. Okay, and this will be more, this will give more relevant result. Okay, initially go with a broad search and then go with a narrow one. Okay, so if you're going with a narrow one, then only one application will be there, and you might be having a chance to you can neglect some other application also. That's why initially go with a broad search and then narrow your application and then come with a narrow view. After that, do with a combinational search. Okay, combinational search will give only the relevant one. In that cases, if though it was the best result, but relevant terms mostly sometimes it might be avoiding the term which was looking we are looking into it. That's why combinational search can be did at the last. Okay. Then databases where to search. Okay, we cannot search all the place. Though filing it seems to be a territorial base, rights is said to be a territorial base, but it can searching can be did all over the world. So it has to be do all over the world. That's why all the databases have to be searched. USPTO, IPO, Indian Patent Office, then EPO, European Patent Office, WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. There it has the patents group where you can see these IPC and CPC codes. Okay, and then the SIPO, China Patent Office, Japan Patent Office, all the individual country have their own patent office. Canada Patent Office is also there. Apart from these are the free databases run by the government. And apart from that, Google Patent is also there. Then the Patent Lens, the private one was there. It is also said to be a free database. And then free patent online was also there. So these are the free databases. And the top it gives the from the government officials and bottom it is the private one. Okay? And then the paid database is also there. Thomson Innovation, Questel, Derwent, Patsy, and then sorry, actually it was something is missing here. Derwent and Patsy, it is not given. And STN search is mainly particularly helpful for a chemical search. Okay. I can give a note that all the databases, no databases had comprehensively covers all the pattern information. That's why we are looking into a more number of databases. Okay. But somehow Google database will provide a maximum number of pattern applications. And then for analytic also, for after doing a pattern search, then if you want to do an analytical, then also you can have certain tools in that, like the global pattern index. It comes under the European Pattern Office. Free is also there with a limited duration of 3 months. You can enroll your name and make it a login ID, and then that can be utilized for 3 months. Google Global Pattern Index run under the European Pattern Office. Okay. There also you can do an analysis purpose for, and then the pattern inspiration, pattern lens optimize. These are the private analytical tools used for the pattern searching. After doing the searching, if you want to analyze how long it was there, so how long for 10 years. So it is of manually doing, collecting every year the number of pattern, and then you are doing analysis for 10 years. So it was a one step. Another is that you can use the tools also. So similar to the searching tool, analytical tool is also there. So 10 years data, it will be provided. Okay. And then I have given an example as worksheet. And before going to
Ma'am,
this,
can you show me the previous slide once, please?
this one.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So let me go with an certain examples also. I think time is running shortly. So I have given certain example instead of going this one. Let me show you the searching in a real manner. Okay. And if time permits, we can go this worksheet also. So let me open. So let me start with an Indian Patent Office website. So ipindia.gov.in. Okay, so this is the Indian Patent Office, ipindia.gov.in. You can do your patent search over here. So here you can see the public search. Indian Patent Office is have their public search as INPAS. Okay. So here you can see that a patent search, trademark search, design search is also there, and even you can see the electronic register of the patent agent. I am one of the patent agent, and you can even see my name over this register also. Okay. So then the patent search, I am going into a patent search. Okay. INPAS website will be there. Okay. A new additional link will be there. INPAS, Indian Patent Advanced Search System. Here you can find, you can do your search operation here. Okay. So as I already said, it is either for published or granted, you can choose, and then you can choose the date, publication date, application date, and then date of grant, and then priority date. Whichever date, if you are convenient, then you can choose this field also. Apart from the date, you can have the title search, abstract also. If you want to search it in the abstract, then you can do a search in the abstract. Or if you want to do a search in a complete specification part, suppose if you want to search a solar cell in the complete specification part, then you can choose this complete specification. Okay. I hope you might be knowing that what the patent document contains. Okay, generally a patent document contains the scope of invention. Okay, scope of invention. From the scope, patent office will identify from the aim. Actually, it was an objective. Okay, from that they can able to identify what the classification code, how it can be classified, and then prior art will be there, and then objective will be there, summary will be there, and then the detailed description of drawing, visual illustration, and then the description will be there, best method of performance will be there, and then finally the claim part along with the drawing. Okay. So if you want to search in the abstract part, then you can do with an abstract search or a title. If you want to find a solar cell in the title, then all the applications which was relevant to the solar cell under the title will be displayed to you if you have chosen this search field to be a title. And then the complete specification, application number wise also you can search, publication number, patent number. If you are aware of the patent number, then you can search by the patent number or else applicant name. Suppose if you want to search by your institution name, then you can also make a search with this applicant name. Okay. And then application country, if I am searching for a country with Indian application or with an US application, applicant country is of US, okay? But though he was filing it in India, okay? I want to see whether he had his product, though he had his product in US, but if I want to see whether he had his application in other country also, then by that also you can do. So application country. If you want to do your cross licensing, then you can locate according to the country. Okay. And then the applicant address, inventor name, country address, then filing office. Filing office. If you want to search with this filing office indicates that India had 4 patent offices. Okay, Kolkata, New Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. If you want to find an application based on that particular office also, then you can be moved here. And then international patent classification, IPC code, then PCT number and PCT application. So all this again, every field they have multiple here, but mainly we will be looking on to the complete specification title, complete title or application number if you are aware, or patent number if you are aware of. Okay. So let me give a common word. Okay. Whether it can be a published or it can be a granted one. Now I am looking into a complete specification or a title. So initially, let me give a title. Okay. If I want to look into a solar cell, okay, solar cell, I am looking into it. If I am not, if I'm giving like this a solar, then a result which was related to solar as well as cell will be included. Suppose if I'm giving it in a double quote, okay, if I'm giving it in a double quote, then the word of solar cell will be displaying it. Else it will be displayed as solar, some application will be there, cell, some application will be there, all will be included. But here, if I'm giving it as a solar cell, combinedly it will be, okay? Or else you can use the operator also. Suppose if I want to search it in the title as well as if you want to specific in the country, suppose applicant country. If I'm choosing an applicant name, sorry. If I'm choosing an applicant country. Application as and operation if I am doing, or else you can do and or not. Boolean algebra was there, and then here also and I'm selected the and operation solar cell, and suppose if I want to do it in Indian application, okay, solar cell which was filed in Indian application with an applicant country, then that search will be included. So then after that. I'm doing a search and it will give you a result including the solar cell which was filed in by an Indian applicant. Okay, 166 was there. So every time you can also look into it by clicking this application. You can see the application status. Application status, you can see that application number was there 2024. 2024 indicates that it was filed in. It was filed in 2024. Okay, and this first digit indicate for the office where it was filed. 1 indicates for New Delhi office, 2 for Mumbai, 3 for Kolkata office, and 4 for Chennai. So if the application was filed under Chennai jurisdiction, then it comes with 4-1. Okay, and 1. Then after that, this 1 indicates that. And the second one is there. Here it indicates for a natural application, ordinary application. Suppose if it was a PCT, or if it was a pattern of addition, or if it was a divisional application, then it will vary. Okay, 1 is for ordinary, 2 is for pattern of addition, and 3 for divisional application. Okay, and 2 is for 1, 2, 3 is for normal Indian applicant. And then if it was 4, 5, 6 indicates for PCT, 7, 8, 9 for conventional application. Okay, and as it was 1, it gives us ordinary application, date of filing it was given. So as I mentioned that it was of 2024, and then the applicant name is there, title they have given, and the field of invention it was given as per the electronics, and by that way classification will be there. Okay, publication date, and you can see the status. Okay, filed, and it was published also, and it was awaiting request for examination. So they have to still need to file request for examination through Form 18. That's why it was giving us awaiting request for examination. You can also see what are the documents they have submitted. So after this one request filed, if they file the request, then it will be in a green color request file, then it will be under examination, and after that disposed. You can see what are the documents they have filed it. Okay. So you can see all these documents as it was from an educational institution, they have filed the proof. Okay. So you can see that Form 1 was there. And then form for entity, Form 828 was being submitted as it was an institution. And then startup form they have submitted, in that they will be mentioning it as an institute. And then Form 9, yearly publication they have submitted, and power of attorney to whom through whom they have submitted, through either through a law firm or through a patent agent, the proof of right will be given. And then request for yearly examination, Form 9 has been given, and Form 3 undertaking form. These are the mandatory form they have to be submitted, and declaration form, Form 5. And then they have submit the complete specification drawing. Even you can take any one of these also. So complete specification, if you want to see what they have filed it, then you can also note it. So Form 2, they have filed it through a patent agent. That's why it is following this as per the act. They have filed through a patent agent. That's why it was as per the act. Preamble they have given, preamble for complete specification, or it is also having a separate preamble for provisional. Okay, this is the way of drafting. It will be there. And then technical field. This technical field of invention helps to identify the helps to classify your application as per the IPC code, and from this information, patent office will be choosing the IPC code. Okay. Then the background they have given, and then summary, and then description of drawing, and then the detailed description of their invention. And even they might be giving their best method of, and then finally the claims. Okay, claims is there. Dependent claim, independent claim. This is the way of drafting. And then the abstract. Okay, title should be 15 words, and within 15 words, and abstract should be less than 150 words. Okay, this are the norms. Act.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
can you repeat the font details?
Which one, sir?
Title should be
Okay.
title should be on the
Title
bottom.
should be 15 words, sir. Within 15 words. 1-5.
Okay, ma'am. And one more, ma'am.
And abstract should be within 150 words.
150 words.
150
ma'am.
words. And in the abstract, it should be combined with this 102, all these things. Now, this will be represented in the drawing. In the drawing, the parts number will be mentioned. So I'll be showing their drawing document also. Drawing, it will be given as 102. So we have to identify what is 102 in the drawing. Parts of the drawing. So that has to be included within the bracket. So these are the way of drafting, sir, actually, as per the Patent Act. If suppose the organizer is ready to organize an event related to patent drafting, then we can also do that also. Patent drafting, how to draft a patent application. Even you can see that this is the claim. Okay, in this claim, the first claim, it is to be a product claim. So product claim seems to be a solar cell. Okay, so solar cell, it is a product claim, and it is an independent claim, and these are the dependent claims. So the independent these dependent claims or depends on the independent claim number 1. Okay, so independent claim will be like this. Process, product, whatever it might be. Okay, comprises, it seems to be an open-ended. Okay, it can be a comprises of or consist of all these things. Okay, and then actually they haven't followed certain rules over here. It should be like colon will be there, semicolon will be there. So punctuation mark is more important in the claim. Okay, and every claim will be having their full stop at the only at the end. Okay, it should not be in between. So these are certain rules while drafting a patent application. And here it is a dependent claim. It depends on the first claim. Okay, as claimed in claim 1, it indicates a dependent claim wherein the thickness is given. More additional feature has been given to add support to the independent claim. So that is the way of drafting actually. So they have claimed only the product. Sometimes there might be a product process claim also. So process in they can be added in the future also in this 11th as a, if it's suppose in between also you can add okay. Process claim. So this is actually a product claim. Up to 10 claims and 30 pages, the fees of filing will be 1,600. And if it was increasing beyond the 10 claims and beyond 30 pages, the fees will be differing. Okay. For each page, you have to pay rupees 160, and for each claim, you have to pay rupees 320 for additional claims and additional pages. Okay. And 1,600 is the base fee for 30 pages as well as the 10 claims. This was certain norms to be followed. Okay, so this is one of the pattern application, and then you can see the drawing also here. So you can see the drawing over here. They have given this drawing over here. Okay, applicant name they have given. It is an university, and then so these are the procedure of way of drafting. Drawing should be like this. Applicant name should be here, and seat number should be there. Total number, and then the drawing should be here. Figure 1 should be mentioned, and the bottom it should be of signing of the applicant on behalf of the applicant. The agent is here signing it. Okay. So these are the
Madam,
way of.
PPT is not visible, madam.
Yes, sir.
PPT is not visible to me.
Okay, actually, I am showing the browser window, sir, not the PPT.
That browser window only is not visible, madam. Here what I'm looking here, only the mouse is moving. Nothing I'm not looking now.
Okay,
That
now is it able to look into my Google browser, sir? Google Chrome browser. I am opening the Google browser.
but here PPT is not visible, madam. But pattern searching PowerPoint, home insert design, that alone visible, and the bottom it is visible, and your mouse button are alone visible to me, madam.
Okay. If it shows to all the participants, then I will be stopping sharing this, stop sharing the screen, and I will be again sharing you the screen.
Yes,
Shall
madam.
I do it?
You can close that PPT and try for that, madam.
Okay, sir. Let me stop the sharing screen, and again I will be sharing the screen. Okay.
Okay, madam.
So now what can you be able to see?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is visible, ma'am.
Browser. Okay. Okay. I hope then I think you might not be seeing how I am opening this website, na? Shall I repeat it if time permits? So, actually
Now the browser, yes, madam. Now the browser is open. That in-pass pattern
okay,
search,
sir.
and
Actually,
now it is visible.
okay, I try to show you how to open the screen, how to do a search. Okay, so actually, might be some issue is there in sharing the screen. So actually, I have gone through this website in between. So ipindia.gov.in. In that, let me do it again. Okay, no issue. So I'm closing all my window, and I will be showing you what the thing. Okay. So initially I have typed ipindia.gov.in. You can see the website of IP India. Okay. And then in there you can see this public search will be there. Okay. So you can go with this public search, and then after this public search, pattern will be there. Trademark, design, and electronic register of patent agent will be there. You can identify the register name over here. Register patent agent name over here. Even you can see my name also over here. Okay. Then this now I'm going with the pattern search. Okay. How can you do a pattern search? So this is my window of doing the pattern search. And it can be published or granted, and then the search field is there. Application date, publication date, date of grant, priority date was there. And here the search, other search field like title, abstract, complete specification. So this, so I think this 10 minutes back I have shown this screen, but though it was not visible to you people, I will be showing it again. So you can do your search according to the keywords like this. So now I am selected the title. So title I have given it as solar cell, and applicant country also I have given it as India. Okay. And then I'm entering this CAPTCHA code. So you can do this search, and then you can find that around 166 documents are there. In that I have opened the first one. Okay. I have opened the first one, application status. Actually, this website is of free database. You can, anyone can do it by their own also. Okay, then application status, I'm checking the application status, and you can see the application number. So application number here, it was 2024. That's why it is filed in 2024. And then this one, next one is for the jurisdiction where it was filed. Okay. One is for New Delhi, two is for Mumbai, three will be for Kolkata office, and four for Chennai. Okay. And then this is for ordinary application with a simple thing. And if it was 2 means ordinary application with pattern of addition. And then 3 is for divisional application, filed it in India. 1, 2, 3 is for the ordinary pattern of addition and divisional application. And 4, 5 is for PCT application, PCT of ordinary application, PCT of pattern of addition, and PCT of divisional application. And then 7, 8, 9 is for conventional. So these indicate where how the application number was being allotted. Okay. And then the last 6 digit is the real application number of that particular year and their jurisdiction. Okay. You can see the applicant name, title of invention, and everything was there. And finally, you can see the status. There it was request for examination, still waiting for the request for examination. So it means that they haven't filed Form 18. Okay. So far they have filed an application and it was published, and still they are waiting for the request for examination. That has to be filed within 31 months from the filing date. So they have filed it in 2024. So within 12, it is on February. Okay. So within 12 months, 31 months, they have to file the request of examination. And then once it was filed, then it will be RQ filed, and then it goes to the under examination. Then finally it will be disposed. You can see the documents also over here. So these are the documents they have submitted to the patent office. Okay. And Form 1, you can see from the Form 1, what are the details they have given. Inventor, applicant detail, title, everything will be seen in the Form 1. And here I have clicked the complete specification. So these are their complete specification. Title they have given, preamble. So this was the preamble there. It should be there for the complete specification. Technical field, background, summary. And then the brief description of drawings, detailed description of the drawings. And then finally they come with a claim part. Claim part is there. Okay. So this claim, this is the independent claim and this is the dependent claim. Okay. They have given with the solar cell, it is a product oriented. And then finally it was ended with an abstract. So they have given the abstract, and this abstract should be of 15 words. Title should be of 15 words and abstract should be of 150 words. And even you can see the drawings also. So this was their drawing. Applicant name and the seat name should be there. This is the way of drafting, and then the drawing should be in between, numbered with the caption, and then the applicant who is applying. If it was a pattern agent on behalf of the applicant, then they will be signing over here. For every pages, it seems to be the same. Okay. So these are the pattern document they have submitted. And we can see with the so I have given the solar cell and applicant name to be applicant country to be India. That's why it is giving us 166 documents. Suppose if I'm removing this word. So here I am using the AND operator, and instead of this one applicant country, if I am not choosing anything, so the application which was with the word title solar cell will be displaying to us. Okay. Here you can see 832 applications. 832 application, not only an applicant India to be India, other country applicant can also be filed. That's why the count is more. Initially it is 166. Since I have narrowed the application, that applicant having Indian applicant who is filing with the title of solar cell. But now I have removed the Indian applicant. Okay. So now I am choosing only the solar. So here you can see that this application number 2023, it is filed in 2023. One is for ordinary application, and it is filed in Delhi Patent Office. Okay. And here you can see that 2024 and 2024 it has been filed, and next 4 it is filed in Chennai Patent Office, and then this 7 for PCT application or conventional application. You can see this application from which country it was filed. So this is a PCT application 7. It is a PCT application. This 7 is for PCT ordinary application. It has been filed from European Patent Office, UPP, from European countries, Union. They have filed an application, and the status is waiting for examination. Okay. And you can see the applicant name, Switzerland. Okay. From Switzerland, they have filed it in India. So these are the details. You can see this solar cell was there. Since we have given the solar cell and a title, that's why it was there. Okay. And you can also see their document also. And next we can see that how for a granted patent. This is for a published, not yet granted. You can see for a granted patent. Granted patent with the title solar cell. I haven't given any other thing. So 244 application has been granted with solar cell, having the title as solar cell. So you can see these applications, and you can check the status also. So let me check one thing with e-register. So e-register, the legal status is in force, and the next date of renewal, they have given it as 2024, the date of patent. They have filed it in 2021, and the grant it was given in 2023. Okay. And it was recorded to give the patent certificate on 10/8. Okay. And it was an educational institute from IIT Roorkee. Application is from IIT Roorkee. And then they have paid the renewal fees for 1 year. Okay. They have paid the renewal fees for 1 year. That's why it is still in force. Suppose if they haven't paid the renewal fees, then the legal status will be of cease. Okay. Now the patent is in force, and you can see what are the document it was there. View the document. So you can see the patent certificate also. Patent certificate, it is there. Okay. And the inventor name, Professor Kaushik Paul Jitendra Bahadur. For the title, copper doped tin oxide film and its method of preparation for the fabrication of perovskite solar cell. Okay. So these are certain documents, you can look into it from the Indian Patent Office website. You can also see the application status, how it was there, all these details. Okay. This for the granted patent. And similarly, you can also look into for an WIPO. WIPO, it was for patent scope. Patentscope.wipo.int. If you want to do a search in the WIPO. So here also you can do a search in WIPO. So I am giving as a solar cell. It can be cell or cells. So there is a confusion in that one. So still I am giving as yes. Or else you can give it as ampersand or proximity symbol also you can do. So front page, if it was of solar cell, then it will be displaying it to you. Here the applications are there. Okay. You can see the international classification code H05. Okay, H05 and the application number, applicant, inventor. And if you want to the full detail of this patent application, then you can click over here. You can see the full application of this patent. This is a Chinese patent, CN, Chinese patent. And then the machine language is also there. Abstract, they have given it. Okay. And then the drawing description. So I am giving a translation. So you can see the full documents over here. Okay. So this is from the WIPO website, World Intellectual Property Organization. From there also you can do your search, and even I can give it as so let me Google it as a patent classification code. So whatever I have given in my slide of IPC code A to H, it was given. Suppose if you want to do it with electricity, I have given it as H to be electricity and class to be of either 01 electric elements was there. And in that electrical element, subclasses was there. Okay, subclasses to be in alpha numeric letter A, B, C was there. Cable, connector, conductor, insulator, magnetic. So everything was there, and according to the classification, again I am dividing this subgroup into a group, class into group. Group and subgroup was there. So we can identify this vacuum tube as being classified under which one, which area. Movable electrode, all these words are there, and according to their field of invention, the classification will be did in the patent office. Okay. So this is the WIPO patent office, and then similarly you are having the eSpaceNet for European patent office. eSpace worldwide eSpaceNet.com for European patent office. These are free databases. You can also do it from your own, at your home. So you can have your search as a solar cell. Let me do it as a solar cell. You can also do an advanced search by having all the proximity operators over here. So they have given it as transparent or full of photos. So this is a Canadian application, and you can see the details over here. Applicant, inventor name, classification, CPC, European Patent Office, they are giving their CPC code, and then the application priority date was there, and then you can see the abstract over here. And even you can download the full document also. Okay. So I hope I have completed, or else you can go with the time for the US Patent Office also, USPTO. Go. So here you can go with the patent, search for patent. And then you can go with the pair, public patent, public search. There you can see with the patent, public search. Okay, basic and advanced search was there. So now I am doing with the basic search. Basic search, you can give a patent number or publication number. If you are not aware of that, then you can give the keyword search also. Everything, or you are keying, you are search with the keyword of applicant name, assignee, attorney name, everything. So now I am giving it everything. Okay, everything with solar cell. One word should be there. So I am doing with the word solar and cell. If you want, you can add new also. Come with a result of around 2 lakh applications. Okay, and you can view also. So this was the preview, and this will be the PDF. So this is the full application, patent application, which was filed with the title of solar cell in its word. Okay, title, everything was there. Full document will be there, ended with a flying notes. Okay. Yeah, I hope I have completed. And if you people want to do, then you can also do the search. And if you have any doubt, then I am ready to answer. I request the participant, if you have any query, then I am ready to answer. participants? Am I audible to the participant? If so, if you have any query, then I'm ready to answer it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I have no queries about the program. I have to wishes for your excellent presentation and giving a wonderful opportunity to know about the patent rights and also for how to apply for the patent rights in Indian or foreign panel, ma'am. Thank you so much for the opportunity to attend this program, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. May I know your name, please, sir?
My name is N. Rajesh Kumar, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, IB, Hindustan College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, nice to hear from you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
I request the participant to also work in your laptop about this pattern searching, what I have opened it for your workshop. Okay, someone has posted their query in their post chat box.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, if you have any question, kindly post it in the chat box.
Okay, I could see that one query from Dr. Loganathan, sir. If you want to search the novelty of the project, specification of the project, how can we refine our search sequencing to avoid the infringement? Okay, actually for novelty search, you have to look into the specifications part. Okay, so in the search field, you have to look into the whole unit, or sometimes it might be specification, or sometimes it might be front page in USPTO office. So in that cases, you search, you take the specific keywords, and then you give your keyword of that particular title or specification. In that field, you can give your title, and you have to do a repeated search operation. And along with that, you can use your Boolean operator or proximity operator in order to have a narrow search. Okay, if you do a perfect search, then the infringement can be avoided. And then the query is that what will be the total cost filing a patent for filing a patent? Okay, official fee is for 1,600 for filing application, and then 2,500 it is an optional for publication, and 4,000 it is mandatory for examination. So for a mandatory fee of around 4,000 for examination and filing 1,600 will be the official fee. Apart from that, if you know to draft, then you can draft it by yourself, or else if you are hiring a patent agent like me, then we will be charging a professional fee also. The professional fee will be depending according to the any law firm. Okay. But officially, the fees is said to be of, including the examination and filing, it is said to be of 5,600, and an optional fee of 2,500 if it was if you required a early publication. So these fees is just for a natural person or educational organization, startup or MSME company. And it will vary for a large companies. Renewal cost. Okay, someone has asked about the renewal cost. Renewal cost, after granting, you have to pay the renewal cost, renewal fee from the third year of your patent application. Though you have filed your, example, I am saying that you have filed an application on 2010, okay? And now it was granted in, you have filed it on 2015, okay? 2015, you have filed your application, and now around 2020, it has been granted. Okay, suppose say that it was granted on 2020, but you have filed it on 2015. Okay, so after granted, you will be giving 3 months, and before that, you have to file a, you have to pay the renewal fees from the third year. From the third year means from 2017 onwards, you have to pay. Though it was granted on 2020, but you have to pay the renewal fees from the third year of your filing date. So from 2017 onwards, you have to pay the renewal fees after your grant announcement. That is after 2020, it was at 2020, it was to be granted. So you have to pay the renewal fees from 2017 onwards till for 20 years. Okay. 2 years is an exceptional one, and after the 2 years is then grace period, and it was avoided. And from the third year onwards, up to 20 years, you have to pay the renewal fees. Every year you have to pay a renewal fees, but it was granted on 2020. So you have to pay a cumulative fees of from 2017 to 2020. Now it was, if it was a 2020, so 2017 to 2020, up to that you have to pay a cumulative renewal fees, and then you can pay it for every year. So payment of renewal fees is that first for 4 years, third year, fourth year, and third, fourth, 5, and 6th year, it is seems to be 800. Okay. So I am saying this fees for the category of natural person, MSME, startup company, or educational organization. Okay. Not for an large company. So this renewal fees is 800 for third year, fourth year, fifth year, and 6th year. 3 to 6 years, it has to be 800, and from 7, 8, 9, and 10 years, okay, 7th year, for next 4 years, it seems to be 2,500, and next 3 years, it seems to be a 4,000, and next it is of 8,000. It varies. So every year we have to pay the fees, but it varies after the duration. Okay, is there any official course offered by our government to become a patent officer? Patent officer, what you are meaning, I could able to understand, I am not able to understand. So actually in the patent office, there will be a controller, and for a controller, many examiners will be there, okay? And courses is that you have to, examiner will be conducted, okay? Examiner examination will be called for. Even 2 months back, examiner post was been recruited. Actually, it was a recruited post, and every 3 years once they will be recruiting the examiner post. And recently, it was recruited by January, December. They have conducted the exam, and January they conducted the interview. Everything procedure has been adapted, and it was completed. Okay, examiner post around 500, around 500 to 600, around 580 examiners has been recruited in this 2023. Okay. And you have to clear that examiner post, and the examiner post is based on our subject. If it was from civil, then it was from civil engineering, or from mechanical engineering background. Only the basic subject will be there. Okay, whatever you have studied in your BTech courses, that will be the basic subject, and that will be for the examiner post. And after that, you can become a controller. So patent office will be having this patent examiner and controller post will be there. For that, they will be giving a recruitment post, and this recruitment is of gazetted A officer category, gazetted A category. Official course is not there since it was of the technical subject oriented. Only the basic technical subject they will be asking in the in their examination part. Okay. And there is a age limit for the examiner. And then suppose if you want to be a patent agent, then also patent agent means then you have to learn about the patent agent is different. Actually, we are not, I'm one of the patent agent, but I'm not I'm not recruited by the patent office. So official procedure is different. I am an agent, just agent to file an application on behalf of the inventor. So for this exam, for this to be a patent agent, then you have to clear a patent agent exam, and this will be related only with the patent subject. Okay, Patent Act 1970. So if you are thorough with that one, then you have to clear the paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 2 is the drafting part. So official course is that some courses was being conducted related to patent by IIT Kharagpur have Rajiv Gandhi Institute. Rajiv Gandhi Institute was one institute was there in Nagpur. Okay, it was controlled by Indian Patent Office, and they are providing the courses also. It's a fees, paid fees. But that is not for a patent officer. It is to get an idea of patent. Patent officer, then it is a basic subject. Patent officer means examiner and controller. It will be recruited from your basic subject. I hope I have answered your query. Basic qualification for a pattern officer means pattern examiner. It was your basic subject. BTech is the minimum qualification they are asking.
Deepa, why not present?
Okay. Any other query?
Participants,
If required, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. Or else put it in the chat box.
okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So first of all, I would like to thank our Arun Kumar sir for giving this golden opportunity to conduct this event. It gives us an immense pleasure to thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am, and Provost Dr. G. Gopalakrishnan sir, and Registrar Professor Dr. C.B. Palanivelu sir for their wonderful support for this event. I express my heartfelt thanks to our Director, Academic Staff College, Malini Pandey ma'am, for his support and guidance. We would like to thank our beloved Dean, Academic Staff College, Dr. Gomadi ma'am, for her continuous support and encouragement to make this event more memorable one. I would like to express my gratitude towards the Kumuda ma'am for accepting our invitation and spending her valuable time. And least, my special thanks to the Aparna ma'am and the technical team and all the participants for their wonderful support and making this event a grand success. Once again, I thank one and all. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form that posted in the chat box.